welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Vance. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience viewing footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's break down and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo, cancel the first in distraction zone. I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 trademark. This is round 3 quarter mile.
And Timo are oh, it's not pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
So what are we gonna put it to so they can stand at the back together again? Just like Timo likes it.
how many times did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello and welcome to the Italian Grand Prix here in Tier 4 for 2 SLR. With me here tonight is the big man himself, Ocean Chief. Welcome.
Buongiorno.
Looks like we've got a dry qualifying today for what promises to be an exciting race. Lots of high-speed action at Monza. Hopefully lots of incidents to see. We've got Floor, who's choosing to go out on the medium, choosing to put the mediums on for the first choice. Only one to do so. But yeah, should be an interesting race.
Yes, it should be. I'm just watching Hezi SX come out. He's one of the reserves, so I'll just go for the reserves that are in the race. I'm actually getting some weird graphical glitch, like black. Oh, I think I might be about to crash my game, but yeah, we've got a few. Oh no, oh dear, I'm the lobby host, so this is not good. My game just crashed, so I will jump back in it momentarily.
Right, well, it seems as though the stream's still up and things are still going, so maybe he just needs to join back. It might just switch over to me, if that's the case, hopefully. But yeah, as we were about to say, yeah, my great host we've got now on the on things, but hopefully it just switches over to me because I was the second in the lobby. Fingers crossed. But yeah, few drivers out on the outlap now. I wonder who's got at the front of this group. I think it's Ignacio Dolce. It's going to start a traffic jam here in the last corner, Parabolica, before he starts his first run, and he's away already, gone early. Let's follow him on board for the first lap in qualifying of the Monza Grand Prix. So
yeah, I'm just coming in now to join you. Hopefully it won't be too long. But you got Heza SX is one of the reserves. We've got Owen, who's best known as 2S Tier 3. He's currently the leader in that championship. So he's a very fast boy. We'll keep an eye on him. We've got Skin Tony, new driver, John Batong as well. And I think we should have a full grid if Dr. Ufer decides to read his messages, because he's currently playing R Factor and has missed the race. I think it's due to the time change, so hopefully he joins us during qualifying at some point.
And please let us know in chat if everything's okay stream-wise, volume-wise, and everything else like that. Any issues, please let us know as soon as possible. Yeah, Chief is now joined, so seem to have you back. But Ignacio Dolce now coming down to Ascari on the opening lap of this race. He's still keeping this lap valid. He's going to set the first time for us, I think, and we'll see what kind of standard we've got very quickly, as a few drivers are going to follow all behind. There's a big train of drivers all getting ready to cross the line.
Yeah, this is one thing I picked up yesterday when I did the 2SRL Tier 3 race, is in quali, the amount of traffic out there. It was pretty crazy. It's pretty off-putting as well. As has he got a bit of a tank slapper for Ascari, which is always a bit of a concern because it can spit you out into the barrier, and we probably will see a few of those today.
Yep, possible safety cars. There's something happened there at Ascari as well. It looks like a Haas has stopped. It looks like Lepson's span round. Yeah,
Lepson struggled in previous races. I think he's had an issue at Ascari. I think coming out of Ascari.
No
worth
damage.
mentioning. No damage on his car. He will get another chance here. As you can see on the track map there, it is so busy out there. I mean, there's only a few stretches of track where there's a bit of clean air, so that is super off-putting, especially on this track where it's like high speed, and you have to get your braking points right and your turning points were absolutely correct. As Owen says, a 119.6.
Yep.
And
quick times coming in early there.
Yeah, just going to say as well, 2SRL, the race, I keep blathering on about it, but yesterday it did give an indication of the lap times we may see here. We saw like a low 18 yesterday, so yeah, I mean that's pretty rapid. I mean the best I could do is 19.9 so far in the league race in Monza, but these guys obviously, they have a bit more skill or talent than me.
Yeah, so Zeiken is matching that at the moment, gets himself in third place, but get the feeling that, a few people, Danny there, putting in a 19.4. So yeah, I think get the feeling that people are going to hit the 18s quite comfortably come the end of the session, once the track livens up a bit.
Yeah, Danny going P1 there, 119.4. Their teammates in 2S, and it looks like their teammates today is Owen is reserve driver, but both in the Williams, I believe.
Yep.
T-Easy is about to go across the line. P6 for him, 120 flat, so a bit of a banker lap for him. We have seen him rapid in previous sessions, so hopefully you can improve on that, because I reckon you're going to need at least mid to low 19 to be top 10, I reckon, today.
Yeah, possibly, especially with the 4 drivers already coming in, the 19s already. I've only done the one practice session at Monza myself so far, and I didn't get anywhere near that. I was only in the 120s, so definitely some improvement to come from a few drivers here, including myself.
Yeah, I think this track is all about confidence, and grinding this track will gain you that confidence. And I think T-Easy is on a second run on these softs. It's something I did yesterday and something I get told off for, but I mean, it's hard to back off when you're in the purple, or as T-Easy is, or improving on your lap time, as he goes a wee bit wide on the exit there, but won't cost him too much time.
Yeah. Definitely
heading down
looks
to
going
the
for the second run, definitely.
yeah. So he's down to Parabolica, and it's all about getting the right line through there, getting on the power as early as possible. The car can start to lose grip at the back end, but he manages to go through, and it's a 1:19.6 for him. Puts him P3 currently.
Yep. Much better improvement there from him. So. Yeah, but I get the feeling that we are going to see these times thrashed a bit here, because this track does develop quite quickly, kind of thing. So the times from the start of the, from what I saw in the practice session, with the times from the start of the qualifying session, you can vastly improve on them come the end because of the evolution of the track. So hopefully we'll see some people. I still haven't seen definitely Bot put in a time yet as well, and we've got him currently leading the championship in this tier. So
yeah, and he's just made his way through turn 1, turn 2, and looks pretty rapid here. 26.1 is his first sector time. Bit conservative for the second chicane, it seems, but I'm really bad at calling hot laps because whenever I see someone, I'm like, oh, that seemed pretty scruffy, slow, and then they go across his pole position. So let's see what. Oh, and it did look a bit shy on the second Lesmo. Missed his apex there a bit, but up to speed as he approaches the famous Ascari. Yeah, and there's a yellow flag there as well, which might be a little bit off-putting. Doesn't cut much corner on the entry, but looks tidy enough.
yeah, he cuts a lot on the exit there. It's fairly dangerous sometimes to touch that curb, but he seems to have got the hang of it. Yeah, he comes into Parabolica, and let's see what kind of time he can set as he comes across the line.
Yep, and see
118.9.
exactly proves my point. That did look scruffy to me, but 1:18.9 says otherwise.
Yeah,
so good job.
does.
I lapped him as well. Got a lap in there, 1:21.7. He's currently last, but at least he has something. He has a bit of delta then once he gets in and puts a fresh head on. Having that delta does help a wee bit. I think it just tells you where you need to make up time and where you can push and stuff. Boosted mess as well on a 1:21, but he is about. Oh, he's on an invalid lap at the minute, but he's staying out. Sets a time which was a 1:21 still. But yeah, boosted mess is someone saying he's a recent addition to the tier, kind of new to league racing in SLR, and he's very eager and is just a sponge at the minute. So I'm hoping to see him improve as these races play out.
Yep, he seems eager. At least he's getting involved in a lot of practice sessions, but needs to cut out a few of the errors, essentially.
Hammer in chat saying already a 1:18, and I think that's not the last we'll see of the 1:18s in this session.
Almost certainly not, as Owen's currently on a fast lap. He gets a bit of a slipstream there off a car coming out of Ascari.
Oh. Yeah, Max is out at Ascari actually.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, so currently P5, but probably will drop down the order massively. And Owen goes P2, as you say, 1:19 flat there for Owen. Not a bad lap as his teammate Danny crosses the line to start his hot lap. T-Easy coming out of the pits. It's all go at Monza.
Yeah, it's there's a lot going on here. Hard to keep up with it all because everybody's kind of split up all around the track, all on different laps at different times and things. But, Nico, I think, is not on a lap. He doesn't have the ERS going, so that's strange.
To SRL, Danny is just slightly up on his Sector 1 time, but you can make depending on how you did previously, you can make up a lot of time in the Lesmos, and he was a little bit shy there on the first Lesmo, gets his second one quite tidy, he stays away from the curb, so there is time to be gained there. You can see it on the screen there.
Yep, there's one of the new boys, John Boateng, just coming across, coming through Parabolic at the set fastest lap at 1:19.8 to improve on, so already showing he's quick. Well, he was well down on his time, sorry. Must be on an in lap, sorry. Come straight in the pits.
Danny getting a bit of slipstream of Owen, but I think this lap is one to forget about because it's been a bit scruffy. I don't see him improving here, but we'll see as he crosses the line. I'd say 1:19.5, so yeah, he's 1/10 up on his time.
This doesn't improve, so Seen a few drivers not putting it together yet, and maybe gonna have an all or nothing last lap, because I think you can only really get 3 runs out here at Monza in the qualifying. See if we can find anybody who's on a lap at the moment.
I'm looking at Torska P13. He's on his mediums, so
Danny looks
bit
as
of a
though he's
sprint.
gonna go again. He's already set a purple sector 1,
Oh, nice.
so be interesting to see what he can do. He's got a Mercedes come across the line. Is that definitely bot? It's not. It's the other Mercedes, Torska. So he's on a fast lap, but he's 9 seconds up on his time, I think. So no, that's not gonna be honest. On the mediums at the moment, actually. Interesting choice.
Yes, I personally don't think it's a good choice here. I mean, you get, if you go for the soft tire option, it gives you 4 sets of softs, and really you're just better just going around blasting soft hot laps, unless you can, somehow get a medium and medium run into the top 10. Danny is in the pit, so he's decided to
Back out
come in, and save those tires. So he will get another shot at a hot lap. But currently 118.9 is the time to beat here. Definitely Bot has set that. He's in the pits, as is Owen and Ace Boys, but T-Easy looks like
He's just improved slightly. I think he's just done a lap there and overtaken Danny. So slight improvement from him there. It's like we're going to have definitely Bot and Owen both coming out of the pit soon for one final lap. Let's see if we can find anybody else on a lap. Got Tilde at the moment, who's on a lap at the moment, coming into the second chicane, and there's Floor as well, coming around the final corner there. Coming into the final corner, I was just
Yeah, he's up on his time, -2 on the clock there. So let's see as he runs tight to the pit lane.
improves by 4/10, puts himself up to 5th. Not bad lap, not a bad lap from him at all.
Yeah, nicely done. We've just seen him improving and race by race here as he gets back into the groove.
Is there
And goes through turn 1. That will be frowned upon. I hope Pretorius didn't see that. He's a head FIA guy. He's not a fan of that type of cut.
Nope, does kind of gain you a little bit of an advantage, so it's a bit of a no-no.
Yeah, Tilda P7 there, Kebab.
Oh, not bad at all. So yeah, lots of people getting into the 19s here.
Who else have we got on a lap? John Batong is just matched his sector 1 time as he gets the first Lesmo completely wrong. I've got the rev bug in his car, which is unfortunate, but yeah,
Not on the stream, but I don't have it, but yeah, running on board with him now as he comes down into Ascari.
oh, he's massively up. My sector time was right there, 1.3, so he's backing out of this one. Who else have we got? Torska coming out of the pits. A lot of guys still in the pits, which is interesting because the clock is running down here. It's
You can get around the trackers for an out lap with in under 2 minutes or so. So get the feeling that people are going to go out all at once, and there might be a bit of a traffic jam. Some people might not make it. But, yeah, it's
Skin Tony improved a little bit on his time, moves up to P15. Torska is on an outlap on these soft tires, so he's decided to abandon that medium strat he was going for, which is probably a wise idea.
advisable, definitely. Danny slows down and let him pass. Not on a hot lap, but just making sure, I guess, or he wants to be near his teammate for a slipstream.
Boosted Mess is about to cross the line here. He's he's on a soft run up. I think, yeah, he has improved actually, but not enough to make up any positions.
So yeah, Owen gets a slipstream from Danny as he's coming in down into Ascari through the DRS straight there. So let's see if that helps him improve massively on his 19 dead as he comes around the final corner. It doesn't improve at all. 5th down.
No, he doesn't improve, but he will be able to give Danny, as you say, slipstream on, especially or this first sector anyway. Nico as well, he went to P7 119.5, so it's getting a bit tight here in the top 10, not much spread.
Yeah, it's extremely tight. Like, I mean, if you discount the top 2 there, like the next 4, 5, 6 drivers are all 2/10 apart. Could be even more than that, actually. So yeah, extremely tight grade. As Tilda retires, so he's not going to improve on his 19.7.
I'm keeping an eye on these Williams boys here. Still, Owen is still towing Danny. I'm not sure about this strat. I mean, dirty error. Surely it plays a part in this, but let's see where Danny is. He's actually invalidated his lap time there, so unfortunate. That didn't work out for him.
End of session for him as well. Definitely bot. Currently starting his lap. Looks like he might have time to improve. And Floor doesn't actually make it across the line, I think, to start his hot lap. I'm not sure. I know he was in the pits anyway, so I don't think he was going to do one anyway. T-Easy out on a lap as well. Might also improve.
Definitely bot has invalidated this lap, so he's he's out he's he's out of the quali, but he looks pretty safe here at the top. T-Easy looks like he might be able to threaten that, but we'll have to see what his sector 2 time is.
Ignacio Dolce is the next first driver to cross the line out of this last pack of drivers.
T-Easy, purple second sector. I'm not sure how reliable that purple is, but yeah, he's definitely improved by 1/10 in the, as he went for his second sector, and he's through Parabolica, runs out wide and early on the power, close to the pit wall to make the track as short as possible. Does improve by 0.223. That puts him P3 on the second row of the grid for the Grand Prix. And I think that's it. I don't see anybody else on the lap yet.
That's it. So yeah, definitely bot claims pole position. He is the championship leader after all, so he's putting a mark down there. He only gets it by 7. I've forgotten what that is there. 7 tenths, 700ths. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
hundredths,
sure
isn't it?
We'll go with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of Greek flags at the top here. T-Easy, Flaw, and definitely Bot representing their country.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. It's early days yet. The track is not suitable to lead in sometimes, because the DRS train is very powerful around here sometimes as well. But yeah, a lot of the usual suspects at the top, as we would have expected. But very tight field, as is starting to become the norm here in SLR.
Yeah, and then you've also got the the safety car factor. I mean, this track is pretty safety car friendly.
Yeah.
Usually, everybody's scared about turn 1, lap 1. It tends to be the focus for incidents, but usually when you expect a lot of carnage, that's when it doesn't happen. But we'll see. We shall see. Hopefully they're well behaved today.
It's not just turn 1 on lap 1 as well either, because it's people will break early there, and there could be havoc, kind of thing. That's always a possibility. But there's everywhere else on the track as well. There's the second chicane is also another area ripe for an incident, and Ascari as well. Lots of people can lose it around there if they get the line wrong or hit a curb the wrong angle. There's lots of places there where a safety car can pop its head. Oh, definitely.
Yeah, and I've made the commentator's faux pas. I have actually got a car for this race. I have a Ferrari. Oh god, it's all going wrong. Oh no.
Well, I guess you'll just have to. Well, I'll be doing the first lap anyway, so you can just drive it and get yourself in the pits. Keep us updated on what happens at the back.
Yeah, someone didn't get away off the line there, an AlphaTauri. I didn't see who it was though. But their car goes out on the start grid. Yeah, I'm seeing the track record there is a 118.573 by Danico Season 4 in F1 2019. But the actual lap record is set by Julian, a 120. Is that an 837? Also Season 4?
Not sure. I can't say because the chat's in the way on my phone. But yep, that is it. And we'll just have a quick look at the constructors championships and the drivers championships as well. Definitely Bot currently leading the way, but Ace Boy still close behind him. He's it's in Definitely Bot's favour today, with him starting for 3 positions ahead of his closest rival. But Renault commanding lead in the championship at the moment, but it does look as though it's all still to play for at the moment in this in the drivers championship and the constructors between Ace Boy and Definitely Bot.
Yeah, it's all to play for. As you say, we're getting to the business end of the season. I believe
Yep.
is this round 14? Is that right?
13 or 14, I think. I'm not sure. I'm starting to lose track. It's all blurring.
I'm getting a lot of grief in chat, Kebab. People are saying, let's see. Yeah, I got kicked from the session and I made the mistake of just hitting ready up instead of spectator. Easy win for Chiefs, says Dragon. I don't think so. That tier 1 win was enough for me. I don't want to be greedy.
So the drivers managed to complete the hardest lap of the race with no incidents. Nobody gets disqualified and start on cold tyres. Let's have a look at what everybody's going to do. So everybody's starting on softs apart from Lepson, who's decided to go for the medium tyre.
It's worth a gamble, I guess. But Lepson needs to be careful. He has had some quite bad incidents in the last 2 races. So, you know, we do operate a free strike and you're out policy, and we have a lot of admins in chat watching here as well. So, best behaviour, Lepson. Bring her home in one piece, please.
See if we can get a good camera angle here for the start. We don't want one from behind. That'll do. We've got the lights going. We usually have got a bit of a delay, even with the lights, but we are away very quickly and we're off. And it looks like we've got a very good bad start for somebody at the back there, but Definitely Bot shoots away, gets to the first corner first. Lots happening at the back there. Oh, everything going on there into turn 1. Lots of incidents and
yeah,
lots of penalties coming into play there.
Virtual safety car is out. There was, it was that concertina effect. I mean, a lot of people underestimate it, but especially the first chicane there can catch out, and I think a lot of drivers are carrying from wing damage.
It's havoc here, as somebody has to stop basically on track for an illegal overtake or something, and it just stops the entire grid.
No.
Dead. It's the whole thing is just going at a snail's pace at the moment, as it looks like Owen, who's he can't seem to everybody's kind of overtaken and got illegal overtakes and things in the virtual safety car, and it's just caused absolute havoc here, and everybody's backed up, and finally they get underway.
It's worked out for Ace Boy. He's all that chaos. He's he's second lead in lap 1.
And I'm not sure what happened. But the thing is, I've got so much happened there. I've got no idea whether Ace Boy's got penalties, whether he's got to drive through now because of what happened here. So, like at the bottom of the screen, it was just like flickering how many penalties and everything that everybody was getting, as everybody tried to avoid the best to avoid the carnage in front.
Yeah, I expect a lot of reports will come in, and we'll try and sort that out afterwards. But yeah, probably some of these penalties might get removed. But if it's a 5-second penalty and you serve it in the pits, it will not get removed, unfortunately. But I mean, not an ideal start, I would say, for Tier 4, but it has shaken things up. Definitely Bot down to P3, and he's got some time to make up here, as there is a move here. It's a flogging on the inside of Definitely Bot, so Definitely Bot falling off the pace. Loses out another position, so pole position to P4 for Definitely Bot on lap 2.
It looks like he's. I'm not sure if I've got if it's gone wrong or something, but it looks like he's in P11 for me. Definitely.
Oh no. Yeah, I think there's a bit of desync going on here. Guys in chat are saying half the field is desynced. So potentially a restart going in here. I don't know, but we've got a bunch of guys in the pits. Skin Tony, Boosted Mess, Torska, John Batong, Hezi SX. all pitting for new front wings, I'd imagine. I'm putting on medium. Yeah, the medium tires. 2 of them going for hard, so Torsk and boosted miss.
Very difficult to understand what's going on at the moment with all of these this going on, but currently it's showing he's exit in P1, but I'm pretty sure it's still Ace Boy in P1. But as he's already lapping another car, and I think that's Skin Tony he might be lapping. Yeah. So yeah.
I think it might be a lobby restart. Yeah.
It will be a lobby restart.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably the best idea here, because that was absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Now we just have to break the news to Ace Boys. He's out in the lead by 15 seconds.
Yeah, he was the one who benefited from that greatly, but we shall pause the stream for a moment and
if we stick up the starting soon screen, mute us, and we'll get this lobby restart. We'll be back in minutes time.
No problem. apologies for the delay. We are back once again for the Monza Grand Prix after a short restart. After things did not go to plan for the first run. Back with me here is Ocean Chief. Hopefully better luck second time round, eh?
Yeah, and thankfully I'm not on the grid this time. Yeah, I think a few drivers would be very happy that that restart happened. Maybe Ace Boys is not one of them. He had 15-second lead on that first lap, but as you saw, you know, as the viewers would have saw there, yeah, there was a lot of desync apparently coming through, and it wouldn't be fair to continue the race that way. I would like to say thanks to everybody for your patience. See, there's 34 watching, so appreciate you sticking with us for this one. It looks like it will be a good race, and hopefully, if Codemasters doesn't mess it up any further, we will have an absolute classic on our hands here today at Monza.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be exciting. Certainly, giving us hopefully a little taste of what's to come. But hopefully we're not going to get that same dish served once again. Yeah, we've got the same grid as before, so definitely Bot's going to be leading the charge. He got a very good start the first time round. Well, hopefully you'll get a good start this time round, but obviously it didn't go his way after the turn one.
And a big factor with these kind of restarts where we have to restart the lobby is, of course, everybody is on fresh tires now. Everybody.
Yeah, yeah. So any extra wear that some drivers had, it'll give them a slight advantage here if they had extra wear compared to other drivers after the qualifying runs. Maybe they've done 2 runs on the tires. But Lepson's sticking with the mediums. I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure exactly what the rules are, but if he's outside the top 10, can he still? He could have still switched to the soft, could he not?
I think so. Yeah, I don't see any issue with that. It's the top 10 guys, really. You don't want them to obviously put on the medium tires and run away with it.
But yeah, he's chosen to stick with the mediums anyway. But yeah, strategy around here is probably going to be a soft medium or a medium soft for Lepson, I'm guessing. Provided you don't get any damage or anything. But we're lining up the grid now for the start of the race, as I'm trying to see if I can get a good camera angle here. Doesn't seem to want to give me one. It's a decent one there. So 5 lights, and let's see if it's going to be as quick as last time. Nope, it's going to get held for a little bit longer than last time, and away we go. And this is Monza Grand Prix is off, and definitely Bot doesn't get the best start there. Owen is almost right alongside him now. He's got the inside. What's going to happen here into turn 1? Everybody breaks tight, and definitely Bot gets shoved very wide, and lots of desyncing and things going on there.
Yeah, definitely Bot is again. He's down the
to
order,
5th.
and he was ghosting for me there as well. So
Yeah.
he's had a bit of an issue, and I think his front wing is intact. But I did see a lot of front wing carbon fiber flying off at turn 1 there. So again, some drivers will have to pit most likely for this one. But Owen is out in front right now. Definitely Bot is his work cut out as he gets past T Easy, who's P6. He didn't have the best of starts either.
Yeah, but lots going on, lots of changes going on here. The first lap, and there's a big incident there. Ferrari and an AlphaTauri off at the second Lesmos. That looks as though it's Max who's just retired straight away on track. Not happy with that by the looks of things, but
first DNF off the race. Great lamppost as well, not getting a great start. Has front wing damage at the back. Boosted Meso has got through without any front wing damage this time. He was one of the big losers on the first race start.
Yep, as Owen seems to have taken charge of this race at the moment, but Ace Boy, another great start for him. He's in second place within a second of Owen at the moment, and Williams boys looking for a good podium here at the moment.
Flaw just got overtaken by T Easy and Definitely Bot. Definitely Bot up the inside for turn 1. Bit of contact there, barges Max Flaw out to the grass almost, but Flaw able to hold on to that for now. But he's under pressure now from Nico. And there's been a change up front. Owen is backed out. It seemed to give that position to Ace Boys. I don't know if you caught that on stream there, but
I didn't know.
he slowed down for that second
what's happened
chicane.
there, but we've got more changes there happening amongst Nico, Flo, and Definitely Bot. Not sure what happened there. Boateng picks up the 3-second penalty as Torska gets past him. Boateng's going very wide behind them there.
John Batong in P12. He's missing some of his front wing, and he's just falling down the order here. We'll have to pit, I would say. and definitely Bot's having some issues. I can see him twitching all over the show. I'm not sure if it's the same on your screen, but it definitely looks like he's dealing with some lag or some stuttering. He is P5 for now, so damage limitation mode for him if he is having technical issues.
I haven't noticed anything since the first lap, but yeah, lots of changes there in the first lap there, kind of thing. Big gainer there is Nick SK, who's gained come up to 10th from P16, so looking good for points as Nico gets past Floor on the main straight there.
Yeah, DRS is open, and Flaw cutting the first part of that chicane and gets a free second time penalty. We're going to see plenty of these coming in, so I'll try and keep a track of them as best I can.
Yeah, but he does hang on to the position at the cost of that penalty, but for how much longer, yet to know. We don't know, but a couple of gaps starting to form here and there. One between P3 and P4, another one between P5 and P6. Floor's fallen massively off the back. I've definitely bought very quickly. We've got John Batong in the pits then, after to most likely get that damage. He's gone on to the mediums. I'm not sure if they're going to get it to the end though.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a stretch. See a couple of guys on hard tires as well, so damage limitation mode at the back for those guys. Hopefully safety car for them, but anything can happen really. We're lap free with plenty of racing to go here.
So yeah, 3 drivers picked up damage in the early stages of the race. They are going to be either hoping for a safety car or just trying to keep their head down for a recovery drive. John Batong going for a different strategy to the other two, opting for a medium. So he's probably going to pit for the soft at the end. Won't be able to get those to the end, I think.
Nico and Flaw are side by side heading down to turn 1. Nico has the DRS advantage here, but Flaw looks like he's going to send down the inside, and he does. Just nips in front of Nico there. Nicely done from Flaw.
Very smart move. I have to say, it was millimeters in that, but he made it work, made it stick, and he's got it done. But you get the feeling they're kind of battling back and forward each lap. It's going to continue that way for a little while in these little DRS trains. But Owen, Danny, and Ace Boy are just kind of like happy to stretch this gap, I think.
Boosted Mess is off, sorry to put in there, but Boosted Mess and it was actually his teammate. They were going through the second chicane, and just a bit of contact sent Boosted Mess off. No damage for now, but yeah, not ideal for Boosted Mess down in P15.
Skin Tony looks like he's come out unscathed as well, but looks like there's no team orders there, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see, yeah, still top 3 battling it out here. T-Easy definitely bought on getting very close to T-Easy here as well. He might just want to let him go past here and then kind of use him as a pull to the top, the group of the top 3.
One setting the fastest lap, but he does have that free second time penalty. It's definitely bought is past T-Easy, heading on into turn 1 up to P4. So we'll see this before from definitely bought. He is very adept at making his way through the field. I think he's done last to first a few times in this tier. Made it look pretty easy.
This Nico and Flo still battling it away here as Nico's very close to the back of him. Looks like he might make a move here into the second chicane. Flo takes the inside line but moves back across onto the racing line as Nico decides not to make a move there. Probably wise, he can't really fit 2 cars through these chicanes very well. But it is possible. Some people will make that move. Looks like Owen's got past Ace Boy as well. And Danny now right on the back of Ace Boy as well. I wonder if Ace Boy's made a mistake there or whether it's just a DRS that's allowed Owen to get past.
Yeah, I think that happened last lap, and I think they're just trading on the DRS. DRS is absolutely key in this track if you want to contend for the win. And I'm just watching Skin Tony got past Torska in this lap as well. So he's making his way through the field. He's up to P12, and he's gained 3 positions from the start.
Still got a big battle going on here with the Red Bulls and the Ferrari. Looks as though Flo is going to get taken by the second Red Bull on the same lap, pretty much. Yep, as Tilda gets it done.
Got our first pitter under the. It's like 5 laps on these sauces. Not a long time, but he's actually changing his front wing, so
must have picked up some damage around the track there, maybe.
And he's been on hard tires, so Yeah, not great for a Zykem. Well, I've seen him in previous races being pretty fast, but it's not working out for him today at Monza.
Yeah, he sometimes does kind of fall to a race every now and again where his concentration levels maybe aren't there, and he has to alter his strategy mid-race in a way that he doesn't want to. But
Kebab, look at this here. We've got a Tilda, Flaw, and Nico, and they're being harassed by Great Lamppost, who's actually a lap down, ghosted car. But yeah, I don't like to see this here. I mean, I ride cockpit view, as you know, and definitely Bot is up to P3, and who is that off? It's Danny. 2SRL Danny is off at Ascari. So he's going to drop right down the order, and it looked like quite a bad impact. I'm trying to see if he had front wing damage from that as well. But he's down to P9. He doesn't have front wing damage somehow, some way, but quite a big impact.
Looks like other drivers have got away with it. I'm not sure who he had the impact with, but nobody else in the top 3 now has any damage. So unfortunate for Danny, he's going to have to pit as soon as he can. I'm not sure when that's going to be.
Ace Boys gets past Owen again. They are trading the DRS here, and they're just, I wonder if they've been smart with it. Are they losing time with this fighting? As definitely Bot is right on the back of them now. So, I mean, it's
hard to tell really, because definitely Bot is that quick, isn't he? So he could have caught up with these guys regardless. But it seems to be this way. It happened in practice as well, kind of thing. As long as you don't make mistakes, kind of thing. If you stay in the DRS, it's very difficult to get away from the DRS, kind of thing. So you end up just trading it lap after lap, kind of thing. So maybe one of these guys eventually will realise that and just kind of stick behind and save their resources when it comes near the end. But they've got to not make mistakes, and obviously when you're in the dirty air, it doesn't make it easy.
Looking at position changes here, we've got Nick SK is the biggest winner here so far in this first stint. He's up 9 positions from P16 to P7, and then also Hezi SX deserves a mention. He's P10 at the minute, the coveted P10, but he's got Skin Tony behind him. Looks like he's closing in on that P10 position. Torska as well, worth a mention. He's only up 2 positions, but he's P12, not far off the points right now.
Yeah, not bad at all, kind of thing. And few of the incidents here have kind of played it in people's hands, so if you can avoid trouble at Monza, kind of thing, you can certainly gain a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely Bot P3 is right on the back of Owen. He was pushing him through that first chicane. Flaw 3-second time penalty. But it's difficult to pass in this sector 2. Usually you're better off waiting for the straights after Ascari and the start-finish straight. As there's a yellow flag at just after turn 1. I think that's one of the alphas. It looks like Skin Tony is off. Skin Tony is off. He's in the barrier, and I reckon there's a lot of front wing damage as he makes his way through a hoarding board. And he's missing a lot of his front wing. So R.I.P. that man.
Head down recovery drive on for him as well, but it is going to be difficult here because the guys who don't make mistakes kind of always stay in the DRS of other drivers and get that boost, whereas as soon as you make a mistake and you fall off DRS, your lap times really suffer for that. So if you don't have the DRS and you're not with the train, so it's going to be tricky to get back in it, but anything can happen. A safety car can come at any moment. It looks like he's just rejoined as well, so I'm wondering maybe if he's had a lag issue or something and that's what's caused his off.
Owen's in the pits. Kebab definitely brought up the P2. So an early pit here. I mean, the undercut works wonders here. I've seen it happen yesterday.
Yeah, it does work wonders here. So we'll be interesting to see where he comes out. But going for it on lap 9 here. As looks like Danny's making some moves back through the field now, as he overtakes Nick. Doesn't look as though Danny did pit. So maybe he didn't have damage from that spin.
Yeah, I think that's right. Flaw's going for a move here. Looks like he's considering it anyway for the second chicane. Peeks out just beforehand and thinks better off it. But yeah, Flaw's in a Red Bull sandwich right now, and he looks like he's got the pace on Nico. Nico getting a bit wide for the first Lesmo, but Flaw unable to take advantage of that right now.
Yeah, that little train there of Nico, Flaw and Tilda has been going on quite a while, but now they've got Danny on their back, and he did qualify a lot higher than these guys, so he's going to be looking to get past them and maybe put a spanner in the works of these fights, kind of thing. But bit of a train going on there. Nick as well, hanging on to the back of that.
Yeah, see, if you've anywhere near the similar pace of a driver, it's so hard to shake him from the DRS. And I think Flaw is just lining Nico up here for a move on the start-finish straight after he gets through Parabolica. Looks like Nico didn't get the best exits there, and yeah, this move is pretty much done already. Let's across start-finish line. He will open a
and
DRS.
Definitely decided to go another lap, so they're not responding to that undercut yet.
Oh, and Flaw! Oh, there's a bit of contact there at turn 1. He just had his nose in and sent Nico wide, so Flaw got that move done, but maybe one for the FAA to look out after, because it was a bit of a argy-bargy move there.
Yep,
and
it's cost Nico that because he's already a second behind. He needs to push a bit now to get back into DRS, otherwise he's going to get mugged by Nick, who's having a very impressive race so far, I have to say. He's keeping things nice and tidy. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's becoming apparent if you can keep it, you don't have to have the best of pace, but if you can just keep it nice and consistent and avoid trouble, you will do well at this track.
Yeah, seems to be the way, but definitely Bots, definitely pushing Ace Boy to the limit here, as we've got a fight out here for P1 and P2 for the championship at the moment. Very interesting, keep an eye on this. But, yeah, Nick and Tilda seems to have pitted early as well, so he looks like he's gone for the undercut as well. But
sorry, Kabal, I just saw Ace Boy and he did the dummy for Definitely. I don't know if Definitely had committed to the pit strategy, but yeah, he wanted to go in the pit and then he pulled out last second. Definitely sticking with it. He's in the pits. Let's see how the overcut works against the undercut here.
Flaw picking up a 5-second penalty there.
Oh no.
As he enters the pit lane, so that's huge in his battle with the Red Bulls. That's not going to do him any favours. He's already got the 3 seconds elsewhere. So penalties look like they could come into play here, cause some mix-ups.
I think this undercut for Owen has worked wonders. Look, he's like 5 seconds ahead of Definitely. He's made up a massive time there. So that undercut definitely worked out well for him. We'll see where Ace Boys comes out, but I imagine he's going to lose time as well to Owen. So Owen potentially P1 once all the pit stops play out here.
Yeah, very possibly. Just looking at the gap to the leader. I'm not sure how long a pit stop costs you here, but Owen currently 24 seconds behind Ace Boy.
I just want to have a look at some. Someone in the chat said that Owen got a 5-second penalty, but I think they're wrong, because I see 2 penalties and then a third penalty separate, so potentially he's got 9 seconds of penalties, where Definitely Bot has 1 warning.
Yep,
so,
Definitely Bot renowned for keeping it relatively clean. But, yeah.
And
so,
Ace Boy in the pit, but T-Easy stays out. 11 lap old softs. Is this a mistake from T-Easy? Has he been a bit too ambitious here? Because I'm sure those tires have seen better days. I know that with the restart, he did have fresh tires, but we'll see how this plays out. I think it's a bit of a mistake though, because Ace Boys is 17 seconds behind, and I'm pretty sure a pit stop's a bit longer than that.
Yeah, I'm thinking here, Ace Boy does manage to get out ahead of Owen.
Oh, nicely done
well.
there. So Definitely Bot had an issue then.
Definitely Bot seems to be having an issue at the moment. Yeah, I'm just running on board with him at the moment, and it does not look as though his connection is stable there around turn 1. It was very jittery and strange there. I'm not sure what was going on, but John Patong picks up another 3-second time penalty, so they're coming in for him thick and fast now, I think.
Yeah, Zyken as well. He's suffering with these hard tires as Hezi on the fresh medium gets past him, and actually as well. Zyken almost going into the back of Hezi. Just missed out there. It was the second chicane, and yeah, Zyken loses another position to Torska. He's really suffering here. I don't know. Oh, he's got front wing damage. That's what it is. So there's obviously been a collision there at turn 1, and he has front wing damage. So his race goes from bad to worse.
That's very unfortunate for him, but maybe he can now pit and get the mediums on and be quicker. But some of these guys at the back are really hoping for a safety car at this stage. Is Lepson at the moment, he's worth a mention. He's got himself up to 7th place. He might still need to pit again, because he's already pitted early for the mediums. But
oh, Owen! Oh, there's been an issue at the turn 1. Ace Boys and Owen. Owen came out of the pits, and I think he was just ahead of Ace Boys, and for some reason, I didn't actually catch that, but he had a big issue there at the first chicane.
Not
Ace
sure he was
Boys
coming out
gets
the
past
pits.
him.
Owen's on 3-lap old medium, so I'm not sure he was coming out the pits at all.
Oh, sorry, Ace Boys just came out of the pits, yeah.
Ah.
And then, yeah, there was some issue there at the first corner, and he cut the second part of the first chicane. And I'm seeing a Renault off. Oh, it's Heze. Heze's had an issue first. Yeah, same place as Owen there.
No
So
damage
a lot
to
of
his
guys,
wing. But
these guys are struggling with these chicanes, boosted mess, 3-second time penalties, currently P14. And who else? Oh, free wide here at the first Lesmo. Wow.
yeah, there's a lot going on there. I
What?
just caught caught that just about the same time as you did for the stream. But yeah, lots going on there. Lepson gets loses out quite a bit there. A few positions down there. As some of the quicker drivers on the fresher mediums come flying past him. Yeah, definitely Bot's fallen off quite a lot from the front runners now. 3 seconds behind now, and he's fallen off the DRS. And you're going to quickly find that the guys in front trading the DRS back and forth as they fight, as Owen gets the lead back again. Might get away, but if they keep fighting like that, definitely Bot's certainly going to be able to catch them up.
Flaw's retired from the session from P11. He's retired in the pits. I'm not sure what that's about. I think it's in here. He put on soft tires for whatever reason. He's retired in the pits. Decided he doesn't want any more of this race.
The
Which
softs
is
wouldn't go
unfortunate.
to the end from there. I'm wondering if maybe he didn't have another set of mediums to go to the end. If he was on the mediums, if he took the soft to set, he may not have had another set of mediums and didn't want to go on the hards, and then he's just thought, well, I'm never gonna. If he's had damage or something like that in that incident, you know.
I'm actually getting a wee bit of intel from Chathammer. Says he was he had default setup and he just got fed up, which
Fair enough.
is fair enough. I did put the message in the tier 4 general chat, so I mean I did my bit.
Yeah.
But it's easy done.
Yeah, it can't happen anytime with a restart, but yeah, Owen, Ace Boy, and definitely Bot seem to be, and Danny, the top 5 at the moment, kind of could still be in the shout of this race, especially if a safety car comes along. Yeah, still all to play for. It's still a very tight field kind of thing. We're not seeing major, huge gaps anywhere at the moment.
Yeah, and definitely Bot is closing down on the front runners here. He doesn't have any penalties. I'm gonna check and see Ace Boy. I know Owen has a bunch of penalties, but Ace Boy's has no warnings and no penalties, so he's in for the win here. But he needs to hold off the charge of definitely Bot, who is.
Oh, is Nico and Nick are going side by side into turn 1 there. Nico gets the move done though. Very clean and respectful from them both, but tense moment for them both, I'm sure. Yep, sorry, as you were saying.
No, I'm just looking at these gaps. It's pretty well spread out here. Nick and Nico are. Yeah, it's one battle that's playing out. Obviously you get the battle at the front, and also yeah, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Torska is pretty close to P10 at the minute, but he needs to just get his head down, find the groove.
I think that's what happens with the pit stops there. All the pit stops are in now, and everybody's the field got jumbled up and then jumbled back again, and now everybody's lost the trains and things like that kind of thing. So start to see some drivers closing those gaps. So as Torska's looks like he's getting onto the back of Ignacio Doche for the last point, playing position. Doche on those hard tyres don't seem to be doing him any favours.
We're gonna trade up front again. It's Ace Boys. DRS open, gets past Owen for the first corner, and really Ace Boys needs to get a hurry on. These guys cannot be battling. It's costing them time to definitely Bot is 1.5 behind. It was 2 seconds last lap, so that's and definitely Bot just gets amazing runs out of turn 1, turn 2, because every time I look at the delta, it's like 0.3 gains just through that sector alone.
Yeah, I think he might be running a slightly higher wing setup than the guys in front, because he seems to be quick through the corners, but at the end of the straight, he starts to fall off again. So
I think you're onto something there, yeah.
Maybe he's on on a different wing there, kind of thing, just allowing him to get the traction out of the corners and carry a lot of speed through Ascari. Let's see how much he can get catch up at the back of them here through Ascari. But yeah, look at that. 2/10 straight away through Ascari. So
And there's a battle here in the midfield as well. I got Torska, Ignacio, and Lepson. Lepson, he's on 15 lap old tires, mediums. Ignacio 13 lap. Oh, and Lepson just lets these guys pass. He doesn't want any part of this here. He knows he's going to struggle to hold them off. Ace Boys with the fastest lap, so he's actually Ace Boys has broke DRS to Owen, which is huge for him.
that is huge, yeah. So he must have dumped quite a lot of resources into that to do that, and now he's gonna have to try and manage that gap because Owen looking quite low on ERS actually, so he may not have enough in the tank to get it, and he could come under fire from Definitely Bot, who also running only on 25%. So Owen and Definitely Bot not managing their ERS as well as Ace Boy here. He's still sitting on 62% and now has that gap there, so he's going to be looking to manage that, keep them at arm's length essentially. Ezeroglu as well also could look to capitalise on these guys fighting for positions here.
Yeah, TZ is doing pretty well, as is Danny there. He's just about keeping him with the top 5 bunch for now. He has a nice comfortable gap behind him. But there is just over 10 laps to go in this race. And the Ace Boys will be looking behind and just hoping that Owen can hold up Definitely Bot for a few laps longer. Just let him build up this gap. But he hasn't been able to increase the gap any further. It's 1.2 is the gap from Ace Boys to Owen. Definitely Bot just outside DRS. Is he going to get it for the start-finish straight? It was marginal there. He was just on the precipice, and he's not going to get it this time around.
No. That's unfortunate. He's very low on his ERS at the moment as well. But Owen has 0 ERS at the moment. He used everything there to try and catch up to Ace Boy, who's still sitting pretty on 60%. So it could be that Owen's going to quickly fall down the pecking order because he's sitting duck at the moment at Definitely Bot. Definitely Bot at the moment. He just needs to stay within the DRS and get the move done on the main straight.
Torska P10, I'm just keeping an eye on him as well. He's pretty close to Ignacio, but I think he's just suffering on that exit from Parabolic and not able to get a good run on Ignacio for now. So he's content just to sit behind Ignacio. Ignacio on 15 lap old hard, so Torska does have the upper hand, and maybe it's just, I was going to say maybe saving up a bit of ERS, but he's on 10% at the minute, so that's not the case.
Maybe not the case. We'll quickly flip back to Definitely Bot because he's again getting a lot of time gained through Ascari. Looks like he's going to possibly go for the move here on the main straight onto Owen, and then maybe he's going to try and hunt down Ace Boy because he needs to finish above him if he wants to stay dominant in this championship. This could be a vital lifeline for Ace Boy to win this race in the championship as well. So could be the turning point of the season.
Yeah, and he's going to go for it. He's going to go around the outside, and he gets the move done before the first corner.
Yep. And I like that move there, going around the outside there, because people naturally tend to defend the inside. I think it's very difficult to break on the inside for turn 1. You've got to take a very early breaking point, and you get the inside for the second part of the chicane as well. So, but obviously, you're always you are trusting at that very moment that the person is going to break on the inside and not just lock up and fly straight into your side.
Ignacio in the pits, so that moves Torska up to P9, has the P10, but Ignacio on these soft tires, we'll see what he can do with those. His boosted mess as well up to P11.
Yep.
Probably will come under threat from Ignacio pretty soon, but yeah, we have a race on our hands here. Ace Boys 1.2 to Definitely Bot, and these guys are fighting it out in the championship as well, so this is all to play for.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting finale, seeing what happens here, because it could be that Owen can now, well, he's already a second behind, Definitely, but I was thinking Owen might be able to hang on to the back and hold some resources there, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to. Owen has kind of shot his shot too early here. He's used up all of his resources, and now he's a sitting duck for these guys. These guys haven't used all their resources, and well, Definitely Bot has, actually, to be fair. So
Ace Boys has 60% ERS, so he needs to be smart here and use that to just manage this gap to Definitely Bot. But as you say, Definitely Bot seems to be running a kind of...
I don't think Definitely Bot's ever going to be able to overtake him, really, if he hasn't got the ERS, because if he's running the higher wing setup, Ace Boy can just deploy at any time. He won't get past him if he's got the lower wings, you know. So I'm wondering if Ace Boy's aware of this, but if he's got the gap back over a second now, so he seems to be putting the foot down a bit, trying to keep Definitely Bot out of DRS. But 7 laps to go, some time to do that, and he's got the Great Lampros in front of him at the moment, I think. Let's hope the Great Lampros doesn't ignore the blue flags and keeps out of the way of this.
Ace Boys right now is thinking, am I going to get DRS of this guy? That would be absolutely crucial.
That would be awesome as well, especially if he keeps DRS off Definitely Bot as well, which it looks like he might as well. Like, it's 1/10 over, yeah, so he is going to get DRS as well, so that's huge for Ace Boy. He's going to be able to create a huge gap now. Watch this interval jump up as he 3/10 up, 4/10 up, 5/10 up. Half a second gains from DRS on one straight. So that's huge for him. Gives him a massive boost.
Yeah, buys him some time at the front here, but definitely Bot, as we've seen in previous races, he is just the man to beat at this track. So if Ace Boy can pull this off, it's going to be massive, especially for the championship standings.
Not a lot else happening on track at the moment, but we have got a couple of soft runners looking to catch up to the back of the points paying positions. Just keep an eye on those gaps and see how they can do. There's Ignacio Dolce looking to get on the back of get past Boosted Mess, but there's a big gap from there to P10. Yeah, very spread the field.
Oh, Nick is out.
Nick is
Nick's out.
Oh, that's very
It's
unfortunate.
after the second chicane, yeah, he's had an issue there, and DNF for Nick. So Tor's got up to P8, Hezzy P9, and Boosted Mess in the points.
Yep.
But he has his work cut out for him as well. Ignacio is on these fresh soft.
Defend against Ignacio, and he's got the fresh soft. So I'm not sure he's going to be able to do that. I think he's got to, though. Really, he can't let this man past. He needs to hang on at that points paying position for dear life. So let's see what can happen here. And
up front, I think definitely Bot. He might have got the DRS of Great Lampposter. He might have got it of Ace Boys, but either way, he got DRS and is now.
Ace Boy, yeah.
Yeah, that's crucial for him, as we're like 6 laps out from the checkered flag. So. Yep. This is it. No, the pressure is just increasing. Is Ace Boy's going to be able to hold it together here?
Ace Boy's still got a massive ERS advantage over Definitely Bot, so I wonder if Definitely Bot's going to have to kind of bide his time and stick with him for a few laps in order to get the move done, but it definitely looks as though he's got the pace to do it. This is the closest pass as Boosted Mess has been overtaken by Ignacio Dolce, who gets himself into points paying positions, and he'll I don't think he's going to be able to make up that 11 seconds to the medium runners, but you never know with the mediums falling off near the end and the softs coming in, just being a very quick tyre. We'll keep our eyes on this battle for first at the moment. The battle for the championship is definitely Bot going to get an even bigger gap at the lead of the championship. He tries to go around the outside again and doesn't get the move done this time, but he's right up the back of Ace Boy at the moment. Only
and what I picked up there was neither of them used overtake.
Neither of them used overtake, no.
Yeah, so definitely Bot storing up a little bit of overtake, but ooh, I don't know if that was. Did you see that?
I didn't know. I had the camera angle. Just it wasn't very forgiving for that one kind of thing. It just kind of disappeared out of view just as you went ooh. So I'm not sure what happened, but
no, I just saw like a wiggle from Definitely Bot. I don't know if that's lag related, but he's got DRS here. He's pretty close to Ace Boys as they approach Ascari. Is he going to send it up inside? Ace Boy's not using overtake to defend this. He's happy enough. He's confident he can get through Ascari ahead of Definitely Bot.
Definitely Bot not using it either. He's just saving it up. Oh, he does deploy a little bit here on the exit to Ascari. I think that's just maybe to deal a little bit with the dirty air that he's facing in Ascari. He just doesn't want to lose too much time especially coming at Parabolica where dirty air is another factor as well. But, Ace Boy still plenty of it, and definitely bought out of ERS already, so he's got to get it moved on with DRS only really, and I'm not so sure he can, because Ace Boy, he knows that as well. He's not deploying even to defend, so I think he knows. Wondering if Ace Boy's got a crew chief keeping him up to date on what definitely bot situation is, so it's going to be a battle till the end here by the looks of things, but doesn't look as though Ace Boy is very interested in trying to create this gap. He's not, very wisely I think, not using his ERS to deploy. I think he's wisely waiting until Definitely Bot gets a run on him, or possibly he could be waiting for Definitely Bot to overtake him so that he can use all his resources in the last lap to overtake him on the last lap.
Yeah, both these guys, the P1, P2, both have one warning to their names, so what you're seeing on track here is the race win in contention.
You read my mind. I was just about to ask you to check the penalties. You absolutely read my mind there. Yeah, looks like Alessio is gaining time on the medium runners there. He's managed to gain a couple of seconds in the last couple of laps, but a long way to go still to catch up. So T-Easy might finally catch Owen as well, as Owen's lap tyres are getting extremely old now, 15 laps old on those mediums. So
yeah, T-Easy has... Sorry, Kebab. T-Easy has no penalties, no warnings whatsoever, so he looks on for P3 today.
Effective podium for him. Good, another good race from him then, yeah. And we're starting to see some familiar faces kind of coming to the top of the crowd in Tier 4 these days. And Tilda and Nico deserve a mention within that as well, because they seem to always finish in the points. Maybe don't have the pace to compete with these guys at the top yet, like the likes of Ace Boy and Definitely Bot, but were T-Easy, Danny or Owen to have many issues in the race and things like that kind of thing, they would certainly be sniffing around for their places. Torska as well, he certainly seemed to have be getting into the points on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's good to see. I know Torska's been on the receiving end of some incidents that I don't think they were his fault, so it's good to see him in the points. P8 at the moment. We'll see how that plays out here as Definitely Bot makes his way through Parabolica for the third last time, I believe, and opens up. He's got overtake on DRS. Might go for a move this time. He's quite close. Ace Boy's still not using overtake on this final part, and Ace Boy's under attack. Definitely Bot has got the outside line, inside line for turn 2, and Ace Boy's just get a better run out there. He's I don't even know if he used overtake there. He's still at 50%.
I'm not sure if he did, to be honest, but I wasn't really I was following on board with Definitely Bot for the better camera angle, but he definitely got a better exit there. But they're still fighting in the second chicane here now, and Ace Boy has to run over that sausage curb, and it's not very nice, that. So Definitely Bot takes the lead of the race, but Ace Boy behind him with 65% DRS and 2 laps to go.
Ace Boy's making a bit of a mistake there as well in the second last move, and it lost him about half a second. He's having to use overtake now and DRS.
But he still might be in the better favoured position here for the win of this race, because he's got the DRS and the extra ERS. Surely he's going to be able to make the move on this straight here and keep it. But it's going to be an exciting last lap here. But T.S. Roglu also on the back of Owen as well. Worth keeping an eye on that for the T.S. He will almost certainly want to win on track.
Yeah, Ace Boy says he's going to get past Definitely Bot here, as he has to be smart, use overtake and DRS to do so, but he got a really good run out of Parabolica and has this move done, so he's back up in the lead. It's the final lap of the race, and T-Easy as well gets past Owen, so he's up to P3 on track, and looks like he'll finish there if he keeps it on track, but Definitely Bot knows this is it. This is his last chance to get the win. It's going to be a tall order with 6% ERS. He's using everything at the moment, but Ace Boy's got 30% in the tank.
Ace Boy is very impressive. Ace Boy, I have to say, he's always been good at this but his management of ERS is fabulous. He never uses it where he doesn't have to use it, and his pace without it is admirable. because he is still very quick without it, kind of thing, you know. So he's now got it when he needs it, which is the last lap of the race. So you can kind of manage this gap to definitely bot. And Teasy does get passed over to win on track for that podium position. So great race from him again. So keep an eye on this as they come down to Parabolic. There's a last chance saloon for definitely about to win the race. Will he get it done here? I don't think he will, to be honest, with very little left in the tank.
Yeah, what I went for Ace Boys, he held off definitely bought for most of the race there, and it was contended on the penultimate lap there, but Ace Boys, yeah, just showing it. If you store up a bit of ERS, it will work out in your favor. I was able to hold off the charge and get back past definitely bought. T-Easy, as we said, P3. Danny up to P4, so great finish from him. Owen P5 in his debut race. In Tier 4, Tilda P6. The Red Bull boys actually P6, P7, so great showing from those guys. Torska going across the line now, just coming out of Parabolica. And I reckon, yeah, he's pretty safe with this P8 position, unless he's got a whole load of penalties. Heza crosses the line, and yes, P9 for him. Ignacio P10. So Torska, yeah, great race from him. P8 up in the points, gets himself a handful. Boosted Mess just missing out.
Yep, not bad race from him though. So you did have to pit once for one incident, I think, with where he had some damage, but 11th place is heading in the right direction. You should certainly be pleased with that. Lepson as well. A couple of maybe an early incident for Lepson, I think there was as well, but the medium soft didn't quite work out for him. I think that was his strategy actually, the medium soft. So maybe he did a nice clean race as well. But Hayes, is that his name? He's SX. Impressive for him for his first race. He gets driver of the day from the game. I honestly think we have to give it. I'm not sure who you want to give it to, but I think it's got to go maybe to Ace Boy for that, because he's had struggles in recent races recently, and he's certainly done very well there to kind of keep the championship alive for himself and things. Who's your call for driver of the day?
No, I think I'll go with that as well. I mean, Ace Boys, yeah, he's keeping the championship title alive with that performance, and that's exactly what he needed right now as we head into the final races of the season. There is still a lot of points up for grabs, but that will close the gap nicely, and definitely bought showing again a pretty commanding performance, able to deal with those initial issues he had at the start of the race. He was down to, I think, like P5, P6 at one point, and just made his way through the field once again, grabbed P2, and T-Easy, as you say, he is one of the guys that we're seeing regularly on this podium. I think he had a podium last week as well, so fine performance from him. Danny with that spin. I
Good
wonder
recovery
where he
from him. Yeah.
I wonder where he might have been on the podium there. He might have been able to contend for the win, possibly, but yeah, just not to be. And Owen, again, time penalties. He actually had 14 seconds of time penalties in the end. So that
just
is...
Look at Lepson and Boosted Mess and Ignacio Doche as well there. All started at the very back of the grid, like 19th, 18th and things, and 12th. And he's X as well, kind of 17th to 9th. What a drive from him, kind of thing. And he's just had a very clean race, no penalties there. So hopefully he'll be looking to secure a full-time seat at some point in the future.
Yeah, with performances like that, yeah, I mean that's going to go on your CV, and it'll do you well if you speak to Danny Co after the race. I'm sure he'll hook you up with a seat.
Yep. And I've forgotten which number is the interview screen. Go to the interview. So we'll bring in Boosted Mess. He seems to be the only person at the moment, so if we can try and get some people in for interviews in the thing, we'll get Boosted Mess in first though. Welcome, Boosted. That was an impressive race compared to previous ones. You've got to be happy with that. It's definitely going in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. That was it went a lot better than I thought, actually, to be fair. I'm quite relieved that we had to restart, because had we not, then yeah, that could be a different story.
Well, it definitely wouldn't have been fair to continue with what was going on there, because it was kind of everything was going wrong in the first instance. So yeah, but 11th place, just outside the points. Couldn't quite keep Ignacio Doge behind you on those softs, but yeah, it's a big improvement from coming from you.
Yeah, it felt quite good. I'm gutted because I think I had a little tap with somebody somewhere near the beginning. Can't remember where. It was fairly minor, and it didn't put me in the wall or anything, but it still spun me around. So that spent a bit of time, and then I was kind of just playing catch up for the rest of the race after that. So a couple of DNFs up ahead kind of helped me out, but I think keeping it clean, I did actually manage to catch 1 or 2 people back up and pass them again. So.
Yep.
No, it was a good race. That's certainly my best one yet. So happy with that.
Yep. Fingers crossed you can kind of continue. It can. Well, I know from experience, from my own personal experience as well, that it will continue once you start getting used to how to drive clean races, and you get a couple under your belt, kind of thing. It becomes easier to do it again. So it's good to see you moving in the right direction. But we've got a lot of interviews now to get through because we've got a few of the championship guys to get to. But yeah, best of luck in the next race. I hope we could see you continue to improve.
No worries. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good job, man.
Thank you.
I think what do you reckon? Bringing these Williams boys?
The Williams boys, yeah, and then we can go Ace Boy after that, yeah.
Yeah.
So bring in both the Williams boys at the same time.
Oh, hello.
Hello, Williams
Hello.
boys. Didn't all go to plan for you guys there. It was all looking like you might have been fighting for the win, but a spin from Danny and just ran out of resources there, Owen, as well for you. Talk us through it.
Shall I go first, Danny, or me?
You can go first.
I'll go first. So setup was really bad, as you could probably tell from spinning a lot. From the start of the race, the plan at Williams HQ was to just keep a train at the front and just drag each other along to get away from the people in the midfield. I was quicker in some sectors. I think Ace Boy kind of joined onto the train because he realised what we were doing. Halfway through the race, just the setup collapsed on me. I kept losing the rear end, and it went from me sticking in a train to doing what I could to try and catch up again, but just losing the traction on every turn, and you just picked me up loads of warnings, and yeah, just didn't really work.
That's unfortunate, yeah, but it was a good plan, I have to say. It's a good plan, but didn't survive first contact with Ace Boy today. He had a very impressive one, must be said. Definitely bought as well. Another quick driver. Honestly thought when you came, when we saw your name here, kind of thing, we were humming and hawing whether or not you were going to be too fast for this tier Owen, but it's going to prove that this tier 4 tier is developing and evolving into a really quick tier on its own right.
It's decent. I reckon if I had a good setup, I would have been definitely up there at the top. I was 4 temps up in quali, and then a bit of, I don't know what was going on today with the servers, but I'm lagging 24/7 and lost all my time in quali. But yeah, I think it's a quick tier, definitely, and Ace Boy very quick. I'll see if I can come back next week with a setup that actually works and try and put them to the test.
Yep, and you see you guys teammates a lot kind of thing, and team up together in 2 SRL as well kind of thing. How much does it help you guys, do you think, to have a teammate on track who you in voice chat with and who you can kind of perform moves with, such as the slipstreams that you were doing today in Monza?
I think it works well. For example, I had my 15 seconds worth of penalties. I know as a lost cause. Danny was trying to catch the McLaren in front, and just having the information on where they are on the track, the laps they're putting in, the penalties they have, and just working together in quali as well. It's just, I think having a teammate that you work with works quite well, and you can work together to find the best strategies and stuff.
Yeah. And Danny, on at you now. We saw you have a bit of a spin out of Ascari. What happened there? Not until we didn't catch the entire thing. So did you just catch a curb wrong or something like that?
I think it was on the exit. I caught the curb. Just felt the car was going. I was like, no stopping this. Thought I'd get damage, but it's done the glitch where it just glitches itself into the barrier and doesn't give you any damage. So
oh, that's
just
fortunate.
turned around and kept going.
That's very fortunate.
It did look like a big incident. I kind of caught the tail end of it, but I did hear quite a lot of contact in the barrier, so you were quite lucky to get away with no damage.
It at least helped that I didn't have to pit really early and go into a harder compound or just fall even further down.
Yeah, so
But without that spin or that incident, how do you think? Where do you think you would have finished today?
probably still around the same P3 or P4.
Yeah.
Ace Boy and Definitely Bot are just, they're unbelievably quick. Their battle is probably one of the closest I've seen in a league. So yeah, just shows those two drivers are definitely going to have a good championship fight that'll last until the end of the season.
Fingers crossed, yeah, we're hoping for that. Anyway, we've got the race winner waiting in the wings, so we'll love you guys and leave you. But thanks very much for the interview. Take care.
See you later.
Bye, lads.
Okay, so let's get Ace Boy in. Ace Boy, terrific drive there. Must have been a very tense last lap for you, but did you think you had the measure of Definitely Bot today? Because you had the extra ERS and the extra resources there.
Yeah, I was for the last few laps. I thought try and manage your ERS for the last lap if it comes down to that, and it luckily paid off real well.
Yeah, we were talking about a lot on the stream there. Obviously, following you, the only battle on track at the time, kind of thing. And coming into the last couple of laps, you had 60% ERS or so, and Definitely Bot was running on empty essentially into the last couple of laps, kind of thing. And he managed to get the move done on you. He saved up a little bit, and managed to get the move done on you. When he did that, were you worried at that stage, or were you just letting him pass? Don't lose too much time, I can get him on the last lap.
I was kind of furious at that point when he got past. I thought I had the better traction, but yeah, I didn't. So I tried to give it all for the last lap.
Yeah, that's a great win for you in terms of the championship. I'm not entirely sure what it means in the championship. I'm just going to have a look at the constructors now. So it lets you catch up to the back of it, but obviously he came in second place, so you don't gain that. You only gain the 8 points on him.
Yeah.
But he is kind of running away with his championship. How do you feel coming into the tail end of the season? Kind of thing. After that, does that give you a lot of confidence coming that you can maybe still?
Yeah, this race gave me a bit of a confidence boost. Definitely. If this keeps going on like this, then I hope to have a good championship fight with him.
Yeah, fingers crossed, definitely. Yeah, but he does seem to finish every race. There seems to be an issue, but hopefully some bad luck kind of it maybe comes his way from your point of view, kind of thing. But we don't wish that on any drivers. But yeah, it's going to be tight till the end of the season, hopefully. Glad to know that you're going to do all you can to keep it that way.
Yeah, thank you.
You must be glad as well. I'm just looking on our the driver lineup, and you've got a new teammate, Heze, and I believe he scored a point today.
I think he got P9.
P9, yeah. So you're currently in the constructors championship.
Yeah.
You've got a massive lead there, so I'm sure you're happy to see a new driver come in and score a bit of some points anyway.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll improve over the rest of the season and add to that tally.
Yeah, for sure. As it was unfortunate to see XTXP move to Tier 3, as we were having a good few races, getting those points for the constructors. Unfortunately, he got promoted, so had to race with no teammate for a few races. Kind of unfortunate, but hopefully we'll be back on the right track with Breno.
Best of luck for the rest of the season. We'll move on to T-Easy, who had a great podium finish there as well. You take care.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. So, T-Easy, another great race from you there again. Podium finish in the end. Must be pleased with that.
Well, hello guys. It was very strange because I started from the third place. It was very hard to achieve that on this track. And as for the start, I don't understand what's happening because I see definitely bot hasn't very good connection or something. And I try to avoid everything, to avoid the lost the wing. So I was about 6th or 7th place, I don't remember. And then try to catch everyone. Definitely bot also tried hard to pass me, but even with DRS and overtake button, he couldn't manage to do that. But his pace was amazing because he has very normal and standard pace to reach everyone on this track.
Yeah, he does seem to be very quick even without deploying and things like that kind of thing. That seems that where his strength lies, in the gaps between cars kind of thing. But Certainly something that he's worked on, I'm sure. But I have to say that you're kind of turning out to be the best of the rest at the moment. You must be you're in a tight fight with Danny R260 for the third place in the championship at the moment, and that's going to jump you up, make the gap even bigger, essentially, kind of thing. So, is that something that you think about when you look at the Drivers' Championships? Who's around you and what you need to do to beat them?
Yes, as I was getting late involved on this championship, I tried every time to gain points from the team. As I can also was very unlucky today because he lost his front wing. He's a very good driver, to be honest. But I tried to, to surprise him and get the final podium on the last lap.
And you did just that, and it was another excellent drive from you. So congratulations once again. But what's the next track? Ocean?
Singapore?
Singapore. Is it Singapore?
Yeah.
Very difficult track. Are you looking forward to that one, or is that a nightmare track for you as it is for everybody else?
It isn't one of my favorite track because it's very easy to get messed on this track. But if you have the pace, the strategy also is very how to enter the pits, how to get out from the pits, and the tire management also for this track is very tricky for me.
Yeah, it is one of the most difficult on the calendar, I think. So looking forward to that, or not so much maybe. But best of luck in it anyway. I'm sure we can all use a bit of luck around Singapore.
I have a question for T-Easy. Now, whenever I look at the driver lineup in Tier 4, we have a lot of Greek drivers. So how does it feel to be, it looks like, you're just behind Definitely Bot, but do you think, is he the benchmark then? Is he the guy you're aiming to try and beat eventually? Or do you think he's just too good?
Well, to be honest, Definitely Bot is very better driver than me, especially on this tire, but I think in generally. But I tried my best to have a lot of clean fights with him, even if he is Greek. I want to have a Greek fight with him, okay? I don't... Yes, I don't care if... but I don't want to destroy his championship... his championship points, of course.
As being half Greek myself, there's one thing I know is that Greeks love to fight with each other, but they like to do it on friendly terms somehow. They can all have an Uzo and a Gyros afterwards as friends, but they have the fight anyway.
Yes, that's true. Yes.
But yeah, best of luck in your fight with for the third place in the championship, because it looks like maybe P1 or 2 is too far at the moment. But yeah.
Yes, at least I will be very happy. It's like getting on the podium if I finish third on the championship.
Exactly,
so I will try my best. I have some unlucky races, but we'll see what we can do.
There's still a lot to be done in the Constructors' Championship as well with McLaren at the moment. You'll have certainly jumped AlphaTauri with those points, although I'm not sure. Actually, maybe not. But yeah, Constructors still to play for as well. But yeah, best of luck in future. You take care.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. It was a very, very good race today for everyone.
And that about wraps it up for the interviews. Yeah, as Easy says, it was a very entertaining race today. Things kind of got spread out a bit after the pit stops and things like that kind of thing, but there was still plenty to talk about, plenty of action going on, especially at the front for the championship, which is certainly heating up for Tier 4.
Yeah, I think the viewers especially enjoyed that one, especially the Ace Boys and Definitely Bot battling those last few laps out. It was touch and go there for a while. Who was going to win, we didn't know, but yeah, Ace Boys is deservedly getting driver of the day for that one. I mean, absolutely great performance from him.
We forgot to tell him that he got driver of the day as well. I'm sure he'll find out eventually, but it would have been nice to see his reaction on stream. But yeah, great race for after a tricky start, let's be honest. But yeah, glad it all turned out well in the end.
Yeah, we got there in the end. We always do.
Certainly do.
We have a good team around us. Make it as smooth as possible, as Codemasters always likes to throw a spanner in the works.
Yep, it certainly takes an army to deal with the Codemasters issues, but yep, it takes an army, and we've got an army, so we use it for sure. But yeah, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, some great viewers, great amount of viewers today. Appreciate that.
Yeah, so until next time, it's Singapore next week, but we've got a full week of racing ahead. Tier 3, Tier 2, Tier 1, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then 2S at the weekend as well, Sunday. So plenty of Monza action ahead. I know, yeah, the Tier 4 always seems to be quite popular. I think it's because like a lot of the higher tier drivers like to tune in and go, oh, what's the strat here, you know?
Yeah, they like the,
What are these guys doing?
I think a lot of people realise that these lower tiers aren't necessarily slower tiers. So some of the quick guys in here, you can learn quite a lot about what's working at the moment, what isn't working. For example, the undercut, what undercuts works, kind of thing, which tyres, quick when, and things like that kind of thing. So yeah, it certainly makes it interesting viewing for a few of the faster drivers in the upper tiers. I mean, I get to do it every week as well because I'm commentating Tier 4 every week now, and then race the next day, so I get to see exactly what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. It's good intel to have going into races. If you can see what other people have done or tried, or you can get a slight advantage, you know, like with the undercut. Because I think the undercut here could be quite powerful, you know, if done right.
Yeah, it certainly seemed to work quite well for Owen, but it didn't win him the race, let's say. So it's really interesting strategy-wise, Track Monza, by the looks of things. Strategy is definitely going to come into play. So yeah, until tomorrow. Well, from me.